believe what you can show, or just believe from what you know? What make a book holy if God never wrote it? Imagine God was just misquoted. If God was...
Basically, I just find it really weird. This is a really like weird question. I'm like, what did Jesus actually accomplish that we can say that he's the Messiah? Like, what tangible evidence in the world today can we say, oh, Jesus is the Messiah? Because we harken back to, the Bar Hokbas and everybody else. And what's their one denominator, that the world is still the same? There's no peace on earth.
Right.
There's no ingathering of the exiles, of all the exiles. And we still sin today. Like Christians still sin.
Sure.
Everyone still sins. So what did Jesus actually accomplish? Like, how can you say that he's the Messiah? And if you say that there's a second coming, wouldn't you say that then he failed for what the Messiah was supposed to do, or concede that he's going to do it when he comes back? He just hasn't done anything. So I just don't get why people follow this man who calls himself the Messiah, yet he didn't do anything. And that's basically it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's really all the things you brought up. To begin, what did he do? That's such a good question. Like, what did he actually do? What is there tangible that we can look at and understand to come to the conclusion, yes, this guy was the promised Messiah? Well, we have to look at the Jewish scriptures that the New Testament says it cites. World peace, a worldwide knowledge of God, a rebuilt temple, no more war. In fact, it'll say that for, I think it's 7 years, the nations will have to burn the implements of war, right?
Correct.
None of that. We see none of that. Zero. So then when you get to the topic of the second coming, that's a consolidation of guilt, right?
Right. Totally. I just don't understand.
It's a device added in to be like, well, the things that were prophesied, he didn't do those. He had a different mission the first go round, and he'll do that the second go round. Well, his first go round, he also said that he'd be right back, and he never came back. So it's the whole second coming story is just that. It's a fairy tale, right? It's really a way to dodge that bullet, I guess you could say.
and I was looking up just on the internet, and I go to this website called gotquestions.org, which seems to me to be like a Protestant.
Oh, it's super Christian. Yeah.
Super Christian site. And I'm like, second coming. So I put that in there, and it literally states the Old Testament prophets did not make clearly this distinction between the two comings. So they literally acknowledge that this whole two coming theory is not
right. It's not biblical. Exactly. It's not biblical.
Right. Yeah, it's not in the Tanakh. And they start citing passages in the Greek Testament. And I'm like, isn't that circular reasoning? So what they're selling is belief. I guess that's the main thing what it comes down to. Like, they could never know Jesus is the Messiah. They have to believe because he hasn't done anything. It's like me saying that the rock on my neighbor's front doorstep is going to turn into a centaur and take over the world. So basically, I don't know what else to say, because it seems like it's illogical.
Sure.
I just came to this realization. I was like, wait, I'll grant him you know what? I'll grant them all the prophecies, everything. Who cares? Look at the world.
Right.
Everyone's still sitting. They're still sitting. Like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. My brain cannot comprehend.
See, believers are living in the belief. They're living in the faith of what Jesus was supposed to do. They're not living in the reality of what he actually did. That's why it requires faith. Why should it require faith if everything Jesus was supposed to fix concerning the first Adam, why should it require faith? Shouldn't it just require results? Shouldn't we just see it? That's all we saying is, bro, we don't see what Jesus allegedly did. We don't see the reality. We're not living in the reality of what he was supposed to do and fulfill. You are living in the faith of it. You are living under the belief, but not the results that he did what he was supposed to do. Jesus did not fix the world. He did not fix everything that Adam messed up. He didn't restore the world back to its original order or back to God's original plan. That's not our reality, but that's your faith. Your faith says that Jesus was supposed to do these things. And you believe that he actually did these things when the results don't show that he did anything. The reality doesn't show that he accomplished anything in real life. So that's all we saying, man. That if Adam messed up everything, Jesus was supposed to fix everything, and still everything remains unfixed. And still, even though he came already, he has to come again, even though he was supposed to finish the work that he did the first time. He has to come back and refinish or complete what he was supposed to do the first time he came. So that's all we saying. It don't make no sense, bro. And it's not reality. That's why it requires faith. Because we don't see the results. So all we asking is, when will Jesus show us the results? When will he provide us with the results?
Contradiction. 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 It ain't no contradiction, you just need to speak.